Association action we have for you today. We're at the Lander Rugby Complex, where it's the first of a doubleheader for hometown Lander Bearcats. They're going to take on the Naval Academy and then Queens University of Charlotte. We're going to watch Navy at the beginning here, and following those games will be the Naval Academy versus Queens University of Charlotte. John Broker joined by Warren Taylor. Going to be a great game. Navy to kick off. Wonderful day for it, Warren. Absolutely. It is a great day here. We're ready to kick off. Referee Alex Hedquist to get us started. Navy is going to be running from right to left on your screen, wearing their blue and tan, I guess would be the uniform, let's call it. And it's going to be in the blue and yellow, the Lander University Bearcats. We're ready to get underway. Referee Hedquist blows his whistle. Naira, second game of the season underway. Big run right away from Molly McNeil for the Bearcats. Gets right outside of her 40-meter line, and a quick penalty from Hedquist. Hands in too early there from the Naval Academy. Warren, just some early nerves. Yeah, taking a scrum here for the Bearcats. They're putting a statement of intent here. Coach Ken Pape, joined by two-time All-American Jess Burt, and the coaching staff really looking at the power of this team. Brought in a lot of recruits, 24 this year. Really looking for big things, Coach Pape. See how they do here. They've got back line stacked out to the right-hand side. Weak side wing out to the left. Ball comes in. Big power against the Naval Academy. They get that one going pretty quick. Ball is up and across midfield. Held up by the Naval Academy. They have to get this one to the ground. Have done. Moving it off to the right-hand side. Have their setup here. Looking to go a little bit wide. Get the ball into Alexis Dallas's hands. Dallas hands off a couple. She's looking for somebody to pass to. 40-meter line of the Naval Academy. Bit of a thin defense here from the midshipmen. There's some room out wide if they can get it there. We'll see if they decide to go. They're going to go straight up. Molly McNeil, another big carry, powerful run. Again, runners to either side now. They're going to go off to the left. Ball away from Maya Alexander. That one just hits the ground, little bobble. First game of the season, just trying to tie things together. Maintaining possession of the ball, but staying in the same sort of 5-10 meters of the field. Lengthwise are the Bearcats. Going to want to get a move on this one. Good ball work. Work the ball into the center. Driven over. Yeah, turned over there by the Naval Academy. Wonderful work by Navy. They are on the attack at the 40-meter line. They now have runners either way. Ball hits someone in the back. Little knock on there. Scrum, but good back and forth work here. Really see him trying to make that space. Some tweaks to everybody's game plans in the off seasons. We'll see how we do. There's going to be another Lander scrum here. Lander very powerful their first go around. Alexander to put this one in. Alexander from Brookfield, Wisconsin, a freshman on this team. Again, part of a big recruiting class here. Ball at the back again. Another big run. Looking to get that pass away. It hits the ground. Players flying in. Referee Hedquist says it's okay. Wants to keep playing here. Bearcats on the move. Again, runners spread out wide. Move that one quickly. From McNeil. McNeil moves it out. They're at their own 40-meter line again. Ball off here. Bearcats just moving a bit side to side. Need to get on. Here's Dallas. She was effective in the first run. Holds the ball. Puts a pass around. The width opens up there. Big break coming. Have to step back inside. Shalia Davison takes that one. She gets the 22 of the Naval Academy. Again, huge space out to the left-hand side. If the Bearcats can get it out there. Ball spins in the back there. Taken down by the great Emma Ty, wearing number 6. Las Vegas native. Good rugby player from the beautiful area of Las Vegas. Ball in the middle of the field. Again, they've got huge runners out to that left-hand side. Defense scrambling for the Naval Academy. Referee Hedquist right on the spot. Good work from Alexander. Gets the ball out to Anhalt. Julie Anhalt, one of the captains of this team, puts it to her forwards just a bit out wide, and they barrel that one in. We'll see where they come back across to. McNeil's in the first receiver spot. McNeil takes it, gets the ball up into the hands of Allie Davis. Davis still working the ball. They're coming a little cross field, But there's Dallas. She's been effective so far. A little spin back in. Good work. Allie Davis, number 18, crosses the line. Crosses the 22 line, that is. Defensive work here around the breakdown from the Naval Academy. Players winding up on their feet, but referee Hedquist spots the pressure, pushes a knock on. Good work by Navy. Good poise there. They certainly are drawing that defense in there of the Naval Academy. Naval Academy coached by Murph McCarthy. Just added U.S. Olympian Abby Gustitis to the coaching staff. Down here in beautiful Greenwood, South Carolina. Scrum this time for Navy. But Warren, you've seen the pressure coming in from Lander. This is going to be a tough ask for this Navy team. Scrum coming here from Navy. That's Kara Miller to put this one in. Miller. Nice work. Good pressure coming in from the Bearcats. Bearcats looking to make the most of this. Problems coming for the Naval Academy. Ball's at the base here. They're going to go wide quickly. Alexander gets it up. Big run again coming in from Molly McNeil. Molly McNeil, the flanker from Shelton, Connecticut, puts it out and try awarded. First try of the season for the Lander Bearcats. We'll try to get a number for you, but just great pressure. And we get it through our PA announcers, and indeed, Allie Davis. What a wonderful work there. Just the pressure at the scrum tells. Yeah, they're really just drawing the defense in with some good punching runs from the backs, from the big forwards there. Spread across the field in a good system. Kick to come. Crowd starting to build here at the Lander Rugby Complex. Again, double header here for the Bearcats. We're going to watch this one. Follow this up with Lander versus Navy. Or Lander versus, pardon me. Up, and we're going to have Navy to kick off here. Navy going to want to answer really quick. Kara Miller to kick this one off. Miller, a sophomore at the Naval Academy. Seven 0 to the Bearcats. Kick was good. Quickly back in. Dakota Burgess. Ball in hand. Effective player for this team. Nice work to the ball outside. Kaylin Hamby puts in a handy little pass. Now they continue to barrel up that way with Abby Melton. Again, this Navy defense just a little bit thin here. A little narrow. They're going to have to work across here. Big run up the middle from the number 8. Power coming. Looking to get right to that 40-meter line. Having to spin around and take it. Here comes Dallas. She's been great. Goes into contact this time. Gets it away. Into the hands of Allie Davis. Allie Davis is going to draw a couple players away with her. Allie Davis just inside the 50-meter line. Navy looking to turn that one over, but not happening. Big run coming from Jill Stewart. Jill Stewart, Colorado native, playing here in Greenwood, South Carolina. Ball gets moved across the hands of McNeil. Getting that first receiver spot, doing some great work building width here as Anholt's going to step in. Anholt's going to have to come in and play the distributor role. Ball comes up. Player from Navy's dove over it, but referee Hedquist says that's fine. Turned back over again by the Bearcats. Tenacity around the breakdown is going to tell as this game continues to move on. Dallas stepping into that distributor role. Ball Out in the hands of Allie Davis. Davis shows and makes a big break up the midfield. Davis breaks a couple tackles. She's just outside the Navy 22. Again, great attacking position. Lots of room on either side, depending on where they decide to go. Dallas in that distributor role. Little show, goes around the back. Kaylin Hamby has to take the contact. Looking for that runner out the back there, but not showing up. Ball's going to go back to McNeil. McNeil, very effective in this role. That one just a little misplaced. Player slightly isolated. We'll see what Navy can make of this. They can try to make something of it, but illegally, Warren. Good work. Lander calls for the scrum again. They've got some ideas of how they want to play today. Lander, little communication, just summing up their options. Referee Hedquist brings the two teams together. Nice drive, ball to the back. Navy players having to roll away. Ann Holt has a hold of it. She's flat of the line. She finds a runner in Davis. Davis moves out and out. Big, powerful run coming in there from Davison. Get the ball quickly to the edge. There's that player, Dallas. She's been featuring this game. Ball across in the middle of the field. They've got runners out wide if they can get it there. They're held up, but now they've got the space. Taking a little left there is Maya Alexander looking for the width, but that one bobbles forward right in the wide open. Huge room towards the try line, but knock on ensues. It's going to be a Navy scrum whether they want it or not. Navy scrum, referee Hedquist calls it together. Ball's in, pressure's on again. It's coming back. It's taken around to the right-hand side. Running right at the scrum half is the big number 8 here for Lander. Ball out into the hands of Allie Davis. Davis gets the ball out, looking to the width again, driving the ball, trying to get it Dallas, but it pops into the Navy player's hands. Little knock on. Just a bit of overexcitement there from this Bearcats team. Now on the defense, but inside their 22 is Navy. Going to have to find an exit strategy here. Ball squirts out the back. They've got players off to this left-hand side, driven in a touch. Result is going to be a Bearcat scrum. A little mistake, but results in a good line-out for them. The referee has spotted something earlier, however. He's going to award a scrum here. I believe it will be Navy ball. Last scrum was just taken straight away by Lander. We will see how this one results. Referee, it's a player getting attended to here. So we will just lay off for a second while this player gets looked at by the medical staff here at Lander University. Lily Hakes takes the field. Change here. See if this powers up the scrum at all for the Naval Academy. Referee Hedquist. I think referee Hedquist, Warren, he just sees a little bit of disparity here in the scrum, so he's going to try to call this, make sure the safety is there.
It's exactly what he's doing at the moment. He's just trying to make sure that they're all comfortable, they're all ready, they're all set, and there's stability in the front rows.
Ball in again. Big power coming in from the Bearcats. Navy able to get away with that one. Still inside their 22. Find a little bit of ground. Tackle comes in from Ty. Run picking up. Lily Hakes just in the game. Has a run just inside the 22. Ball squirts out. Bearcats on it, but penalty against. Must have been hands in there. So it's going to be a penalty here for the Naval Academy. And they are going to waste no time going quick, but referee is going to say, you know, you got to put that one through the mark. So we're going to have to hold up. Just a little mistake there, but they'll get going again. And here they are underway, the Naval Academy across the 22. They certainly are here to run if this is where they're going from. Coach Murph McCarthy certainly make them aware of that. A little slow getting the ball to the back of that rock. Just a one-off runner coming in. It looked like Kelsey McKnight. Navy, another one-off runner there. Nearly a high tackle. The ball taken in by Bellafarrell. Bellafarrell draws the penalty there. Bellafarrell, a history major from St. Louis, Missouri, was a competitive Irish dancer for 11 years before she started rugby. But if you needed to know, Warren. And on the move again. They're going quick is Navy. Trying to draw on some of these Lander defenders. Lander staying solid, getting moved back a couple of meters each time. Ball up there to Mila Romero. Romero takes that one in. They move it away again. Looking to move the ball out. A little wider is Miller, but they can only stay within this tighter zone around the breakdown area. Can the Naval Academy at the moment. Another run. Straight in the middle there. Emma Magnus. Got a couple of runners out to the width now. A big tackle coming in here from Stewart. Little space open around the outside. Will it stay there? Was that tackle high? Yes, it was, according to referee Hedquist. Penalty here for the Naval Academy. All that pressure pays off.
World Rugby's really gone into the fact that these high tackles are keeping everything safe. So, anything that's over the shoulders, seatbelts, or over the neck is a high tackle, and it will be penalised straight away. So, I think at this moment in time, referee Hedquist has given Lander a warning, so we'll see what happens with the next one.
Referee Hedquist does award that penalty, and the big run is coming here from Lily Hakes. She's been effective in the couple of minutes she's been in the game as an injury replacement. They come out wide. A little isolated there is Rohrback. Way they come to another set of forwards. Kelly Sandoval goes in with that one, the honors political science major from Asheville, North Carolina. Gets tackled, ball gets put back. Lander defense working well around their own 40-meter line, trying to hold this player up. Player's knees to the ground, so will come to them. Referee Hedquist spots a player trying to dig that out with their hands. Wants to have a conversation here.
Yeah, it's a hard one. When you're trying to make a tackle and the knee touches the ground, you need to release the player. Give the advantage to the ball carrier.
Referee is going over the yellow card.
Lander did get warned on the last high tackle, so they did have the warning.
Big run coming here from Navy. Hakes again. Middle of the field there. One player up for a few minutes here in this game. It's the first of a doubleheader here for Lander. They'll be playing Queens University of Charlotte after this. At noon Eastern will be Queens versus Navy. Ball coming off to the left-hand side. Good run coming from Magnus. Magnus has been effective when she's had the ball in her hand. She's a sophomore from Lebanon, Ohio. Turnover there. Great work by the Bearcats. Bearcats move that one wide. outside from the Bearcats. Nice work coming across the other way. They've got the width. They haven't been getting a little bit of straighten up they could use, but really pinch in this defense. Gonna need a distributor to come in and play this. Bearcats again, move it off. Alexander steps in at the right time. Turned over by Navy. Navy outside the 22. Looking at their options. They're gonna go off to the right-hand side. They've got a couple runners. That ball spills to the ground. Referee Hedquist comes back and spots an earlier knock-on from the Bearcats. After that first try, it's been good work by Navy, Warren, to get back in this game.
Yeah, they've consolidated nicely. They're starting to work the plays, which really looks good. The distribution seems good and it's been good. They didn't have a couple of knockouts as we played this game.
Split field, scrum coming here for the Naval Academy. Naval Academy again with Karen Miller, the sophomore, to put it in. Big push again from Lander. But a referee spots players driving illegally in there. So we're going to have a penalty here for the Naval Academy, and off they go. Need no second introduction across the 22. Again, in a good attacking position here, trying to make the most of this one-player advantage. Navy on the move, well covered by that Bearcats defense, but they're inside the 22. Player just running off on their own there. Going to be a little trouble there from Miller. Players coming in trying to dig that one away from Lander. Good work if they can get it. Referee says that turnover is good. It is Bearcats' ball. Let's see what they can do with this. They get the ball to Dallas. Dallas has to beat a couple of runners. Dallas, very strong. It keeps her feet, gets it inside the 22. Better attacking area for the Bearcats. There's room out wide if they can get it here again. Those width has been open them all the time. Nice little pass to the outside. Nice little cut to the inside. Gonna need some support players, and they have arrived. Good work, Bearcats. Off of that turnover from Dallas. Stringing together some great phases here. Ball squirts underneath. And that ball bobbles around. We'll see who turns up with this one. Looks like a Naval Academy ball now. Turnover festival of the moment here inside the 22 of the Lander Bearcats. Might have been better to get the exit strategy going and put that one away. Gonna come back here for a scrum of a knock on to Navy. Game has evened out quite a bit here late in this first period. Ball in, big squeeze coming from the Bearcats. Straight forward this time. Ball squirts out. Naval Academy looking to make something out of this, but hauled into touch. Good result for the Bearcats. Be there, line out just inside their own 22. Ball over the top, well taken, off the mistake there. Naval Academy again pressing their case inside the 22. Keeping this one in the air just for a moment. Referee Hedquist right there. It's going to go back to Naval Academy. They're going to go for the quick pick and jam. Tight game played by a lot of teams. Referees his hand out for an advantage. And we'll come back to that advantage be a penalty here. Penalties starting to mount up for this Bearcats team. Goal line stands coming from the Bearcats. The player not rolling away. They're going to try to go quick. Referee Hedquist spots something there. Look like a forward pass. We're going to come to a scrum to the Bearcats. Ah, okay. Yeah. Fool me once. Yes. Get the ball back in play. Nice break around the back again from the Bearcats. They're out at that 22-meter line. Number 8 makes some good space there. Players in quickly from the Naval Academy this time. So we have a penalty here for the Bearcats. Not going to look for the safety touch. They're going to run from inside their 22 or just chip it in behind and see what happens. They put the ball into the hands of Phoebe Soberano. Soberano takes a big hit from Dallas. What a shot. Highlight reel right there. Again, big pressure coming in. Dallas's roll interjects some energy in this team. Certainly has. Naval Academy on the back foot now, having to re-scramble to get their defense together. Another penalty against Navy for not against Lander for not rolling away. We have to keep an eye on that. Navy will go quick once again through Miller. Miller looking for some space in the defensive line. Doesn't find it. Ball across here to waiting side of forward. Hakes. Again, lots of good carries as she's come on the field. Originally reserve on this team. Ball out to the Bearcats. Little movement into the middle of the field. Dallas in traffic, puts the pass up, well done, gets the ball to Abby Melton. Abby Melton from Salina, Texas. The referee spots something. He's going to call time off here. Be a penalty against Navy this time. He's going to have a word with them. First game of the season, Warren. Both teams just a little over anxious to get it started well, so some penalties here.
That's exactly what it is. He was talking about the fact that from what I can see is that he hands in the rugby and not rolling away. So, and that's just it's first game of the season.
Yeah.
So they need to settle down.
Back on the field is Jill Stewart.
So back on to 15 against 15. Now they just lost.
Bearcats able to keep this Naval Academy team out of the try zone during that yellow card break. As we're looking towards the end of this first half here. Ball in to the Bearcats. Bearcats, number 8 again, has made ground every time, puts that little pass in. Looking to go a little wider there, hopefully. That was Sammy Trippi had that ball, but has to take it into contact. Navy players just slowing things down pretty well here. Ball comes up, a little step back in from Davis. Davis looking to get the ball away here. Has to go to the ground eventually. Navy players going to need to release. Referee is going to whistle it up here. Penalty against the Naval Academy again. A number of penalties for the same thing against Navy. They may be looking at a yellow card soon. But here comes Dallas. Referee. It'll be an easy game review decision. Easy thing to talk about for both coaches, McCarthy and Pape. Ball's going to come back here to be a scrum for the Naval Academy.
It's one of those turnovers that a lot of refs let teams get away with it. I think the referee Alex has decided that it's fine.
It's, yeah. He wants players to get the game started properly. Not getting the undue advantage of speed there. Kim Van in at the scrum half position for the Naval Academy. Ball squirts at the back. Lander all over it. Van able to recycle it. Bearcats defense spreads quickly. Run out there to Rohrback. Rohrback takes it into contact. Another waiting pot of forwards there up in the hands of Bella Farrell. into the hands of number 3, Emma Magnus. She's had a few good runs. Cross they come. Ball hits the ground. Bearcats all over it. Referee's going to go back. Looked like there was a knock on there. Came from Lander. And that is going to be the end of our first half here. It is Lander 7, Navy 0. It's been quite a first half. We're going to step away for a second. We'll be back with second half action in just a second. are back here at Lander University, the Lander Rugby Complex. It is Navy trailing the Lander Bearcats by 7. Second half coming. Navy's going to run from left to right on your field. Lander from right to left. John Broker here with Warren Taylor for the second half. It looked all Lander to begin with. It really changed as the game went on. A lot of possession there for this Navy team. This should be an interesting second half.
It will be an interesting second half. At this moment in time, they need to get one player off. They've got an extra player on the field because of the yellow card. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. They came back nicely against Lander, against the Bearcats, and I think they're looking forward to a good half.
Lander through Anhalt. One of the captains kicks that ball up. Anhalt, another Colorado native. Big hit from the Bearcats off that kickoff. We'll see what Coach Pape and Coach Burt had to say at halftime to this team, as well as think about what Coach McCarthy may have said to the midshipmen. Another tight ball there from Navy. McKnight takes that one in, sophomore. Ball off to that right-hand side for them, left-hand side for us. A lot of pressure coming on, but it could be a penalty against this Bearcats team. Player was playing it on the ground. They just kept their feet. Would have been wonderful there. They're going to go quick as Navy. They've wasted no time at all. Ball quickly into the hands of their number 20, Kim Van. Turnover here from the Bearcats. Ball on the ground. Did it spill? No, it didn't. The referee's happy with it. Taking it to the ground is Allie Davis. Allie Davis has Davison. Celia Davison comes in and cleans that one up. They move that ball quickly out to that right-hand side. Joanna Mora has come in from depth. Dallas, clearly talked about by this Naval team as a person to watch, a player to watch in the second half. She's hit as she gets the ball. Intelligent play defensively. Ball up into the hands of Stewart. Stewart tucks it, goes around that right-hand side, looks for an offload. She's going to keep it herself. She's at the 22. Can she stay in? Has done. Quick ball coming here for the Bearcats. Going to need a distributor, however. Ball lands on the ground. Little soccer kick, but it's going to work. As the ball comes up into the hands of Molly McNeil. Molly McNeil. A lot of carries early in that first half. Coach Pape may want to get the ball back in the hands there.
Dallas.
Alexis Dallas. I just keep mistaking that one. She takes the ball, spills it. Referee Hedquist just finaled it until he isn't, but it's going to be a penalty here against the Bearcats. Thought Dallas was off on a good run there. Dallas, a new player to this Bearcats team, but very effective.
She's a really effective fullback. So when you've got a player of that size coming in as a fullback at speed, it just opens up a pathway.
And her first game for the Bearcats, we've seen her tackling, her running, her offloading, just drawing in defenders everywhere. We have a Navy player being attended to by the medical staff. So we will just lay off for a second while this player gets looked at. Cheer from the crowd as a player is going to come off the field. Coach McCarthy, the legendary Navy rugby figure. Penalty to Navy. Navy inside their 22 has not looked for touch yet in this game. Down by 7. Had a lot of possession. Big hits coming in from the Bearcats, really guarding that defensive line. Wide they go. Navy looking off to the other side. A lot of one-off plays coming from this set of Navy forwards. Little looper there from the distributor. Big hit coming in, that time from Hamby. Ball winds up in the hands of the Bearcats. Good opportunity. There's an open room on the left-hand side. Anhalt is calling for it. Hamby's telling them to go back the other way, and they have done. Ball into the hands of Dakota Burgess from Brunswick, Ohio. Brunswick Valkyries player in high school. Ball off to the left-hand side, into the hands of Davison. Davison in that inside center role has been pretty effective. Ball back now. Alexander gets it out. Once again, Molly McNeil called to the 4. She's at the 22. Not gaining a lot of ground. You have to find a way through her around here. Little looper comes up there. Ann Hall puts it in the middle of the field. 2 players on Dallas. She's able to get an incredible offload away. Offload is in the hands of Jill Stewart. Jill Stewart heads towards the line, gets taken down. Assistant referee sees it going to touch. Should be Navy ball over here. Another good defensive stand by Navy, Warren.
Yeah, it was great to stand by Navy, and going into it again. If you look at number 15 coming into the game, there's a great chicken wing, which is something. Draw players in, draw defenders in, and feed it out. Navy's doing phenomenally well at defending as well.
They certainly are. Toughness is in their DNA.
It is. It is.
Referee Hedquist just making sure everybody's aligned properly here. Little wobbly ball over the top, goes back Navy way. Referee Hedquist says that's fine, play on. Ball straight back, they're going to go for the kick this time. Well fielded nearly. Ball bobbles instead, actually rolls in a touch. Going to wind up being a Navy line out here. Good result for them, gained about 20 meters. Sammy Trippy couldn't quite hang on to that one. I was thinking to myself, they're about to kick this ball to Alexis Dallas. No, not the smartest thing you want to do.
Not the smartest thing you got to do.
But it turned out to be a good result for Navy here. There's a knock on first. They're going to take a scrum.
Yeah, a knock on inch out of play is either scrum or line out. Navy had a choice on it.
Navy, good job with that one, but Alexander put some pressure on there, so the ball squirts down. Navy going to have to resettle here. Lander player is trying to come over that one. Player hit the ground, but referee says it's okay. Penalty against Navy this time for a player coming off their feet, and Anholt wants that ball. Anholt slows down just a bit. And this time, Lander is going to take the scrum.
I think when you look at it, and Lander's thinking if they can get the ball out to the back line, and you got Dallas in the back line there, and when she comes in, well, you want as few people around her as possible. Give her some space.
That's ball in space, very wise. Here as we go, Alexander puts one in. Alexander, and it's off the back. That one taken by Joanna Mora. Mora's going to find some room. She is a powerful runner when she gets going. Alexander hoists that one up in the air, I should say, from her hands, and it just winds up with another player. A little bit misdirected there as they come off. Ball in the hands of Hamby. Hamby gets it to her front row partner, Melton. Melton, the senior on this team, one of the seniors on this team. Big pressure coming here. Navy able to snaffle that one away, but referee spots a penalty from a player coming in on an angle from Lander. It's going to be Navy ball. Good turnover for them inside their own 22. They're out about 30 meters out. Ball spills forward that time for Navy. We know the scrum here for the Bearcats. No scoring, Warren, since the first minutes of this game.
First minutes, and it's all settled down, and suddenly the nerves have gone, and they're starting to play the game now.
Something's got to break here. We'll see what happens. Navy player returning here. Kim Van.
She went off for a head assessment earlier, so obviously she
was
passed
down for an
it.
injury, yeah. She must be okay.
She must have passed it. It's great to see that she's back on the field.
Van takes that one off to the right-hand side, gets it to her wing. Wing has no one there, and foot rolls into touch eventually, so it's going to be a line out here, assumedly for Lander. There's a Lander ball. Dakota Burgess to put this one in. Referee reminding the Navy players they'll be back 10 if they're not in the line out. Give some room to run. Nice line out setup here for Lander. Got a couple of powerful runners out there, and Stewart and Ty off the tail of this line out to win it first. Have done. Ball spills, but doesn't go forward, so they're good to play. Ball's coming to Stewart. Stewart carries that one directly. Trying to hand the ball off to Ty, but they're going to have to go in. Anholt has to take that one with a foot, able to regather. Intelligent play from the fly half. Out to that right-hand side. Ball just a little in behind there. They've lost a bit of ground. Ball's up into the danger player. Coming on is Dallas, held down by a couple of Navy players. Referee Hedquist looked to see if that was offside, but it seemed to be fine. Again, still going backwards here a bit. Our Lander going to have to find that space out wide. Bearcats on their home ground. I don't want this one. That one telegraphed. Huge pickoff. Big run here coming from Magnus. Magnus hauled down about 10 meters out. Can they clear that ball? Navy is in to do it. They can tie this up with a converted try here. A ball up into the air, looking for one of their runners. That's Kaylee Sandoval. Sandoval right in front of the line. Sandoval recycles that one. Runners in either direction. They're going to keep that first one tight. Lander up to the challenge. Ball out. Looking to the width. Tackle coming. Navy player. Have they released in time? They have. They're right at the try zone there. Ball up into the hands of Farrell. Navy knocking on the door of Lander here. It'd be a tough kick if they can get themselves in, but they have to get that ball down first. Players in there and involved. Referee says not in. Again, right near the try line. They're coming from about 5 meters out before. Now they're keeping this with their forwards. Players trying to get under there from Lander. Would expect them to continue to keep this one close. There's a pot of forwards out here. They gotta go a little wider with that one. They've got plenty of runners out here. Player just running a bit sideways. It needs to get taken down. Cara Nelson eventually does it. Lander players in. And penalty against Navy. What great defensive work after a mistake there from Lander.
It's unbelievable defensive work. You had 5 against 1, and they couldn't get the ball out, and the Bearcats came back and took it.
Tremendous turnover there. They push that one just downfield. 12 minutes gone in the second half. Lander put that one in touch. Ball squirts over the top, but back into their hands, so that's okay. Players going to have to get to the ground. Not quite connecting on some of these lineouts here. Stewart waiting to first receiver spot here. Stewart is going to barrel over one. Going to get the ball to Ty. Ty, tremendous player. Ty out across that 22-meter line. Making some room. They've got width here if they can get it. Ball has to be dug out. Navy slows it down well around the breakdown. Off they come. They're going to go for a kick here. A little crossfield kick. Can somebody come up with it? Have done. Ball up into the hands of Dallas there. Dallas hands up another. She's across the 50. Can anybody stop her? Does anybody have the speed? She's got the speed and the power. She cuts across. Got through a couple. She is inside the 22 of this Naval Academy team. Big break from her, but players coming off their feet for Lander. It's going to be a penalty here for Navy.
That's a great one-on-one tackle by Alexis.
Tremendous work getting back there in defense. Player down for Navy, but they're going to keep going off to that right-hand side. They've got some numbers out there. Ball a little slow to come out here. Looking off to the right-hand side. Navy's Nat Martino starting to direct traffic just a bit more from the fly half position. Good work through the Lander defense there from Navy. Navy gets that ball back. Referee was thinking about a penalty, but let him keep going there. Ball up in the hands of Magnus. Navy draws a penalty this time. Referee wants to have another discussion here. The hand is right towards the pocket. Thinks about it, decides that it's a card. Warren is just going to award a penalty here.
Yeah, I initially I thought that he was going to go do something, but obviously he's given another warning again. So we'll see what happens on the next infringement.
Yeah, and Lander's really going to be careful here.
They can ill afford to go down to 14 players again.
Navy looking for the high kick this time into Dallas's hands. Dallas hands off one, gets her the second. Battle there with Hakes. Eventually to the ground. Runners off to the right-hand side if they can move it here. Player drawn in. Well done. Get the ball up into the hands. Speedy winger coming down the sideline there. Sammy Trippi just outside the 22. He gets pushed in a touch. Good endeavor there from Lander. Just couldn't quite make it happen.
They couldn't. I thought with her speed, she should have been able to do that and get around. She got around two people. So.
Ball here to Navy. Not a lot of lineouts for them. Ball up over the top, gets knocked back by Lander. Dove on by a Navy player. Player would have been better to just catch that one for the Bearcats. Navy again on the attack around their 22. Another big run coming from Sandoval. Sandoval about 35 meters out from their own line. Players queuing up to the left-hand side there. Ball into Martino's hands. Nat Martino takes it into contact. Nat Martino, freshman from Mount Storm, West Virginia. Big defense from Lander. It keeps Navy nestled inside their own 40-meter line. Another big hit coming from Lander. Playing trying to come in over it. Referee spots a high tackle. Penalty against Lander. Again, referee wants to bring it back. Hakes takes it in again. Navy going through the phases, not able to get a try as a reward here from it, but certainly looking pretty strong as the ball comes out. Again, at that wing, player running for the corner, slightly isolated. Ball doesn't quite make it to the waiting forward pod that time. A little wrestle for the ball. Referee sees it, is happy with it. Comes back to Navy. Players trying to rip it away for the Bearcats. There's Emma Ty in there. Couldn't take it away. Ball out over into the hands. Soberano. Good recycle there from Navy. They're starting to disorganize this Lander defense. Martino put it out wide, but player cuts back in. Another good ruck from the Naval Academy. Ball in the middle of the field. Little kick over the top this time. They've been using it a little more, but Dallas gets a hold of it. Dallas hands off one. She's around another. Will this one work out for her? She's across the 22. She's headed towards a try line. She's looking at it. She's in it. Try awarded off a kick from Naval Academy. The new Bearcat, Alexis Dallas, touches down for 5 points, and they needed that, Warren.
Alexis Dallas, you don't kick onto a player with that amount of talent, but they've kicked onto her 3 times. It was just a matter of time before the lightning would strike. Great run, great strength in contact, great strength on the handoff. She's got a great potential going forward.
Tremendous player, Dallas. Wauwatosa East High School in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now down in warmer climates here in South Carolina. Again, this is a doubleheader. After this one, it's going to be Lander versus Queens University of Charlotte. And then Charlotte and the Naval Academy will play. That one's at noon Eastern.
That should be a great game.
Should be.
They'll actually suit each other just in the way they play and their setups.
Bit of a tough angle here. What is it? Not going to make it. Referee whistles that for no good. But a minute and a half left on the game clock here.
I think he's called the game. He has.
And the referee has indeed whistled us for the end of the game. 12-0. It is going to be Lander Bearcats overcoming the Naval Academy. We're going to step away for just a couple of minutes. We're going to come back. It's going to be the Bearcats taking on Queens University of Charlotte. NYRA rugby action here in Greenwood, South Carolina. Stay with us. It is Lander Bearcats taking on Queens at University of Charlotte in the second of a doubleheader here before Naval Academy takes on Queens around at noon Eastern time. It's going to be Queens University kicking off to Lander. Coming from right to left on your screen in the blue with the white stripe on the front and the gold numbers. More the yellow and blue is going to be the Lander Bearcats. John Broker with Warren Taylor for this matchup. It's going to be a difference whether a team's coming in fresh or a team's had a little bit of work here as Lander's already played one. We'll see how it goes.
Well, Lander's had it, so they're going to be sucking wind a bit, but I think Lander's got the potential. They've got the tail up from the win in the first game, so it'll be interesting to see how Queens does. Queens is going to come in fresh, and let's see how they hit it out.
Queens, NYRA Division II champions last year in an absolute barn burner against Davenport. Here in Division I now, taking on Lander Bearcats today. As we said, they'll take on the Naval Academy a little bit later. Referee Alex Hedquist. Ready to get us underway here. Bearcats coach, the coach for Queens University of Charlotte. Referee seems ready to go. We're about to get underway here at game number 2 with triple header. Lander University, Greenwood, South Carolina. Eastern or western part of South Carolina, excuse me. Ball up there from Jessica Sambor. Good pressure off the kickoff from the Royals from Queens University. Ball out looking for some runners in the middle of the field. A little more go forward to get going here. Sambor tries to rip that one away but can't get a hold of it. Maya Alexander gets it up to a waiting runner. They're looking out to the wing. Stewart only knows one way to go. Gets the ball down. Gets a little offload. Looking for quick ball of the Bearcats. Middle of the field they go. It is in the hands of Osmus from Medina, Ohio. Puts in a little pass to one of her teammates. A little change there from one game to the next. We apologize. Lander, a little slow ball this time up over the head of Burgess. Burgess able to get one away. They're looking ball back across. Burgess once again. Good defense coming up from Queens. There's a numerical advantage outside for the Bearcats if they can get the ball over there. Ball squirts out the back. They get it over here. Player a little bit isolated. Needed some help there. Stewart's going to have to get in and get over this one. Ball's taken away. Queens, excellent work there. My buddy. Ball up into the hands of Morgan Williams, a senior from Conroe, Texas. McKenna Hill comes into the distributor role, but it's not.
Passenger play. Lander's getting the ball out wide again, the same as they did against Navy. If they can get that and consolidate, they'll be great. But some great steals from Queens, from the Royals.
Queens right around those breakdowns. Lander ball. Scrum was powerful against Naval Academy. See if Queens is a different animal. A referee's going to whistle that one up. Not happy with the first scrum. Good height in the second row for this Queens team. Referee Hedquist happier with that one. Only gets the ball in. It's at the back again for Berkeley. Berkeley off to the right-hand side. She's always good to get past one. Berkeley gets herself across midfield. Going to have to get that ball back and does. Hamelman. Looking for Jillian Stewart. Jill Stewart. Gets to the 40-meter line. Queens player rolling away there and does. Ball up into the hands of Joanna Mora. Caitlin Osmus. Hamelman looking a little wider. It's Dallas going to be in first receiver spot for this one. She puts the ball across the field. Allie Davis shows. Allie Davis makes a break. She's around the 22. Big collision there. Queens players again are right over that ball. They're coming off their feet. They are indeed, and it's going to be a penalty here for the Lander Bearcats.
That was better work. At one stage I thought that Queens might have actually stolen that, but it was good work from Lander to keep the ball and keep possession. The interesting part about it is having your fullback coming in at your first receiver. It just changes the whole game plan.
Certainly does. Just give them some width on the field there. Scrum here for the Bearcats. Just outside the 22 of the Royals. Good drive by Queens, but picked up again by Berkeley. She is at the 22 into the green zone of Queens University. Go the Lander Bearcats. Bearcats looking for some runners. Stepping in as Allie Davis, ball in hand now, gets that one out to her center partner, but it slips in behind. Dallas cleans that one up, steps around one. Gets the ball out to the wing. Nice move there to get the ball into Takara Nelson's hands. Back to the wide side of the field. Osmus. Hamelman. Now they've got some room out here. Alexander gets another one out. Little pass up there from Melton. They've got some room on the wing. Referee spots a penalty there from Queens. Is going to stop and have a little conversation, possibly a card. Good penalty there. Good pressure coming from these Bearcats.
It's great pressure coming from the Bearcats. You're getting it out wide. The wings are getting it. The speed. You want it out on your speed. You need it out on your wings. She did a great run. She had about 3 handoffs there. So.
The referee just going to issue a warning. It's going to be a penalty, and immediately the Bearcats going to take the scrum here. Good power coming in from the Royals last time. Should be an interesting battle in the scrums in this game.
I was going to say, when you look at the size differential, the Royals' technique was just unbelievable in the last scrum. Pushed them back well.
Good pressure again coming from the Royals. Berkeley's going to be able to get that one away. As always, she gets by the first. Now she's going to take on a few players. She's looking at the try line, but she can't quite get there. Royals coming in, trying to get over one. Going to have to be careful down on the try line here.
They've got a great overlap on this right-hand side.
And not going to need it at the moment. Osmus is going to put that one up, but the ball's going to come around. Players right at the try line. Can they get in? This they have. 5 points to the Lander Bearcats. First try after some great pressure there. So had that overload, but didn't need it.
Didn't need it. They needed to get the ball in Ellie Davis's hands. Get the ball in her hands. She always beats somebody. So.
Lander looking for someone to take the kick. Someone's going to step up eventually here. It's going to be Rachel Hamelman from Aurora, Illinois. Another freshman on the team. Coach Pape has brought in. Hamelman lines this one up. Hamelman is not going to hit that one, so it's going to be 5-0 to the Bearcats early on in this game. Good work for them to get downfield. Queens will want to answer quickly. They're effective off that last kickoff. Ball again from Sambor. A little bobble there. Knock on. It's going to be a scrum here. 2 Queens. They call that the coach killer. Score a wonderful try and knock off the next kickoff.
Absolute coach killer.
Frustration.
That's why half the coaches in the country are bald.
Yes. Ball to come in here from Queens. McKenna Hill, the junior from Corning, New York. Went to Painted Post High School. Played for the Corning Rugby Club. Hill puts it in. Ball is taken away by the Bearcats. They have gone off to that left-hand side where the scrum half is not to gain some good ground there. Berkeley just tremendous off of those. Ball into Dallas's hands. Dallas puts a little kick in behind. See where it winds up. It winds up with a Queens player. I don't want to go a little further with that one. Tackle comes in. Player ducking in. Just a little bit isolated here. Does a good job to keep her feet. Royals will be able to recycle this one. Kenna Hill takes it. Jill Stewart greets her. Little pick and go off the back there. Sabrina Houlihan from Whitemore Lake, Michigan. Little offload. Good break there from Queens. Hill gets that one away again into the hands of Morgan Williams, a senior. Porter High School grad. Little dummy runner comes. They're going to move that ball wide. Sambor, the number 9 jersey, moves that one out to the width. Looking for some runners. Weaving across is Faith Holly, player from Idaho. Into contact. Good attempt defensively there, but not to come for the Bearcats. But that one stolen away, no problem. The referee says illegally, however. Player not rolling away. It's going to be a penalty here for Queens University.
It's one of the interesting ones on that ruling is that most people don't realize that it's not the player that steals the ball that actually made the mistake. It's a player not rolling away. So you need to open it up so at least the game gets opened.
We have a player down here for the Lander Bearcats, so we will just step away while they get attended to. Welcome back. Player has been attended to and is up and moving around well. So we're about to get underway here again. Safety is a priority here. Chris, the trainer for the Lander Bearcats, tends to that player. So we're going to come back. A penalty against the Bearcats for Queens. 5-0 to the Lander Bearcats in this second of a doubleheader for them. After this will be Queens University Charlotte versus the United States Naval Academy here at the Lander University Rugby Complex. Sambor kicks that one towards touch. It finds it. It's going to be a Queens line out here just outside the 22. Had a couple of minutes break there, Warren, to maybe cook up something with this penalty here.
Yeah, well, if they can keep the game going, it's the first time we've seen somebody kick for touch. So it'll be good. It's their line out. They obviously are confident that they've got the potential to actually drive this through.
Ball up in the middle of the line out. Out on the backs it goes. Sambor has some pressure on her, so can't quite get the pass in she wants, and that one's knocked on. Good defensive work off the line out from Lander to force that mistake. It's going to be their scrum, center of the field, about 30 meters out from their own line.
If that had come off, if you'd looked at it, it was a great switch. If the ball had gone to hand, it would have changed everything.
Different story. Lander, ball off the back. I don't think I'm going to say Alexander's name without saying make some ground.
Make some ground every time, every time.
Ball comes out. Off to the left-hand side, stepping in with Anhalt into the distributor roll there. Now they're right at their 40-meter line. They got players spread across. See what they can do with this as Osmus makes a run here. Osmus gets the ball back to Alexander. Or Berkeley, sorry. Alexander moves it to Dallas. Dallas holds and gets a pass away. Jill Stewart offloads that one. Nice handoff coming here. Mr. Nelson with a big run. Davis back in the action. Now they're just inside their own half, continuing on. Ball a little messy, but it's going to come here. Alexander moves to Anhalt. Anhalt looking to go a little wider that time. Don't make much ground, but able to reset their offense. A little show, a little break there. That has been super effective for Davis. Allie Davis to the ground, offloads it there, up to Osmus. Osmus always on the spot for those. Now they're the 22, driving down towards the Royals line again. They've got some runners out here. A little knock-on creeps in. However, we're going to go back here for a scrum. Looks like an earlier knock-on came in from the Royal somewhere around that breakdown. It's going to be a scrum at midfield. Good opportunity here for the Bearcats.
Great opportunity. They're throwing the big runner on the left-hand side, so we'll see if the ball comes down the left. If the scrum can hold steady so that the ball can come out without too much interruption in it, it's what you want.
Joanna Mora at number 8 here, the Clayton, North Carolina sophomore.
Yeah, putting her at number 8, you wonder what play they've got coming through.
I'm sure Coach Pape has something
up his sleeve.
About 14 minutes gone in this one. Scrum here. Lander makes a nice break. Get the ball back there. Ball back into Moore's hands. Going to have to get somebody in there. The ball pops up well for them. Looking out to the wing. Into the hands of Davison. Shalia Davison is headed towards the line. Going to keep it tight. Over the line they go, or near the line. Sorry, referee Hedquist is there, and he spots it, held up. It's going to be a goal line dropout here for the Queens Royals. Just one attempt too many.
Yes. They had the overlaps on both sides, and yet, they were still trying to hammer up the middle.
Goal line drop, makes it to 5 meters. Under a little pressure, Queens. Good defense coming in from the Bearcats. See what they try to do with this. They're going to look to exit potentially. Mary Shannon takes it in, the senior from Medina, Ohio. Or Medina, I believe I'm pronouncing that wrong. Ball squirts around on the ground. A referee Hedquist is going to whistle this one up. It's going to be another scrum for the Bearcats.
It was great knowledge of the game by Jessica Samble, that she knew that it just had to go 5.
Yeah.
Go 5 and pick it up.
That has been one of the most confused new rules I've seen people make, is trying to just chip it over the line as a 22. Scrum coming here for the Bearcats. Just a few meters out from the Royals line. .5 here to Lander. Break off the back. This should be pretty straightforward. Looking at the line, over the line, a referee spots it. It is 10-0. Kick to come. Lander Bearcats, great try off the back of the scrum, and what else would you have called?
Well, it was the only way to go. They changed up the lineup for the scrum on changed number 8s, and this one they put the powerhouse in at number 8 again. It's the only way to do it.
Berkeley, after all the work she's done today, certainly deserved.
She definitely deserves it. She's been a monster in all facets of the game today.
And just it's smart by Coach Pape. He knows if she comes off the back of the scrum, there's not. It's going to be 1 or 2 people at least that have to take her down. There's nobody there to defend her. Does a great job just getting outside that flanker.
Yes.
And halt to kick this one. That one's not going to make it. So we're at 10-0 here. 17 minutes gone. Just a couple minutes in this first half left. Queens Royals to kick this one off. Remember, this is second of a doubleheader. Coming up will be Queens University versus the Naval Academy, coached by the legendary Murph McCarthy. Bringing his charges here to Greenwood for this one. Ball kicked off, back in the hands of the Bearcats. Little head of steam here. Nice run just inside the 40-meter line. Quickly recycled. Out to the wing they go. In the setup, they have a couple of powerful forward runners on the wing. Just creating some space there. Ball back into the middle of the field. Berkeley, a little long range for a try for that time, but offloads that one very, very well. Showing her array of skills, but Sambor is going to spot it. She has been electric around that breakdown. Sambor gets it inside the 40-meter line of the Bearcats. Bearcats suddenly on defense. They'll need to reset this one. Serena Houlihan. Looking to go a little wider this time. Bridget Cassell, the pre-nursing major from Hempstead, Maryland, moves that one out. Ball back up, big hit coming in, driving the pile back. Defense just pushing this Royals team backwards at the moment. Forward pod doesn't quite get that one. Gabby Grove would have liked a better pass, the freshman from Old Hickory, Tennessee. Wrestle for the ball there. Good work by Queens to get that one back. They're going to go right off the side. Lander player's going to have to roll away from that. The referee says they have, and tough spot there. Penalty here for Queens, down at 10-0 late in this first half. They're going to want 5 points out of this, Warren.
They have to get 5 points out of this. It's what you need. So they've gone back for their line-out again. It worked last time for them. Hopefully they'll do it again.
Timeout indeed coming. Just a little slowdown here while they devise some strategies. Ball to the tail. It pops over, knocked on by the Lander player trying to get in there. Line up here for a scrum to Queens. Hard luck there for Osmus. Couldn't quite handle that one. And that is halftime here at 10-0. Lander leads Queens. We're going to step away for halftime. We'll be back in just a minute. Won't you stay with us? We are back for the second half. John Broker here with Warren Taylor at Lander University, where the hometown Lander Bearcats are leading Queens University of Charlotte 10-0 in quite a back and forth game. Just coming out a bit on top, Warren. It's going to be Lander to kick off, running from right to left on your screen, the blue and yellow, and blue with the golden number on the back. Receiving the ball here is Queens University of Charlotte, the Royals, new NYRA Division I team. Referee Hedquist. Alex Hedquist taking care of this one. That pass goes just a little bit in behind McKenna Hill. Ball up to Molly McNeil's hands. Good break coming in from Lander. Lander right inside the 22 very quickly. Ball across, pops up into Stewart's hands. Stewart's looking for that corner, barreling her way through. Able to keep her feet. Ball up into the hands of Osmus. Osmus gets it in the middle of the field. Big hit comes in from the Royals. They're coming in quickly to try to spoil that one, but Osmus is going to clean it up. Ball's in Dallas's hands. Dallas shows. Dallas is looking back inside. Dallas sees the line, and just into the second half, Alexis Dallas is going to touch down 5 points for the Lander University Bearcats.
Dallas made that look too easy. cut in against the defense, and she made it look easy.
She just had that, I'm going to look this way, I'm going to look that way, and I'll just go over there. That's where the space is. She does make it look quite easy. Kick to come here from Anhalt. We're at 15-0 right now would be 17 should you hit this kick. A little more from her favorite side for a right footer. Ball up and just shades to the side of the post there. It'll remain 15-0. Lander just in the second half here. Second of a doubleheader for the Bearcats. Following this, Queens University versus Naval Academy. Right around 12 o'clock Eastern. May start just a minute or two late based on the end of this one.
Yeah, 15 nils really isn't a fair indication of how this game's been going. I think it's been really tight.
Yeah, it certainly has. A lot of back and forth from these teams. Change coming in for the Bearcats. Liz Sinatra takes the field. No relation. Well, maybe. Sambor gets us underway again inside the 22, looking to go a little deeper this time. Coming around the outside are the Lander Bearcats. Melton comes in, cleans that one up. Good run coming here. Alexander moves that one across. Player's going to hang on to it. Anhalt. Anhalt's going to get just outside the 22. Scrambles for a couple of more meters. But Sambor, as always, right there for this Queens team to turn that one over. She took a good hit for her troubles, but now it comes back to the Bearcats. Bearcats have a disorganized Queens defense in front of them. If they can get this one away quick, fortunately, they give them time to reset there. And Stewart, across the 22, just hangs that one up. Ball in touch with the player. It's going to be a line out here for Queens inside their own 40-meter line.
Stewart's knowledge of the game is phenomenal. You can see her, she takes on 3 or 4 people and then she just offloads.
Yeah.
It's great to see.
They certainly work at getting their hands away. Player just getting attended to here for Queens University. Sambor in the last turnover took a little hit. Just talking to her trainer for a second here. Seems to be okay, so referee's going to bring us back here. Queens Royals line out. Referee Hedquist gets a player set where he wants him. Queen's going to go a little shorter this time. It's going to pay off for them. Albrecht Reed that took that one, but a little messy play in the midfield. Wall winds up in the hands of the Bearcats. Bearcats with a scrum advantage. Ball comes out to the right-hand side. A little fake in the other direction. Now Osmus has a hold of it. Gets the ball up to Reynoso. Across the 22 they go. Ball recycled here. Can they get quick ball? It squirts to the back. Good work by these players from Queens to get in and get involved. Player seems to have come off her feet there, but nothing too much, says referee Hedquist. So we're going to keep playing. It's going to continue as Lander ball. Lander a little static this time. Osmus. The ball to Dallas. Dallas shows a couple, gets through the middle of the field, looks for the offload and finds it. So good keeping her hands alive. There's one of the big players. And Allie Davis. Davis moves it out. Got runners out to this right-hand side. Get it up into the ball of Hamby. Hamby. About 10 meters out. They just reset on that side of a number of defenders in front of them. So some room if they want it. And Halt puts the ball up in the center of the field. Little pop pass. It squirts back into the hands of Dallas. Dallas just hands it to a player there, Grace Taylor. Anhalt steps into that distributor role again, gets to Stewart. Stewart looking for the space, gets by one, pushing off another, eventually taken down. The referee spots an illegal play, an offsides from the Queens University team. So they're going to go quick through Anhalt. Anhalt's going to look towards the line. Anhalt is going to get stopped just shy of it. See what decided to go. A little pick and go at the back there. Referee's on the spot, and it's another try. We'll get that number for you. Looks like Grace Taylor, but it's 5 more points, 20-0. Lander leads Queens. Kick to come here for the Bearcats. Bit of a tough angle. Ball slips off the tee, so a referee Hedquist going to be happy to let the player reset it. It's about 5.5 minutes gone in the second half. Nice kick, has the distance, but doesn't quite have the direction, so we're going to stay at 20-0. Warren Queen's going to need to answer here, get some points on the board.
They have to get some points now, and they need to get it on in this play. They need to get a 5 or a 7 pointer and get it going.
You said it was such a tussle and a dogfight for a long time there, and just the breaks are starting to go Lander's way here and getting those points on the board. You can start to sort of wear a team down with that. See if they can keep this up. Longer kick again. Hits the ground. Well taken eventually. Maya Alexander there. Queen trying to drive that one off. Bearcats able to come up with it, but they're inside their 22. They're going to need some help here. That one they're going to move. Ball spills forward, however. This may be the break that Queens was looking for, as they're going to have a scrum just about 20 meters out from this Bearcats line.
It's definitely what they were looking for. They're in the 22 now, so now they need to make the points count.
Referee Hedquist just bring things together a little bit slowly here. Scrum goes down. Referee's going to bring it up. No visible penalty coming right now. It just went down with the pressure, so he just wants to reset it, keep it safe here. Setting it down again. Queen's ball. Down by 20. The referee's going to come to this opposite side. Referee Hedquist brings us together again. Good pressure coming on from Lander, but able to get the ball away is Queens. Sambor spots some space with a show. Sambor is looking at the line, and a 5-pointer, well-deserved for Sambor, puts his Queens team on the board and back in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely back in the game, and it's what we were discussing earlier. It's what they needed. Need to get some confidence, get it back on, and Sambor saw a huge hole there. Went in between the fly-off and the centre.
Kick to come here. That one is good. 7 points. Those conversions could make a difference here, Warren, as they're at 20-7. 2 converted tries would put them over here. A lot of work to do against a very game Bearcats team. Points to 7. Lander to kick this one off and halt. I'm sure the captains have had a good conversation with their team. Just chip one down there, keep it on the ground. It's taken by the Royals. Royals trying to turn momentum their way. Have some runners out wide here if they can keep the ball moving. Having to bring it back in are the Royals. Claire Zapp, the kinesiology major from Downingtown, Pennsylvania, takes that one into contact. Still got the runners out wide here if they can get them. Players pointing at it, trying to move it out wide. Unfortunately, running that way as well, cutting off some of the space, making it difficult. Shalia Davison comes in for that big hit. Another big hit coming in there from Grace Taylor, one of the try scorers. Queens keeps that one alive. McKenna Hill goes in, but ball stolen away from Lander. Lander opportunity now. Ball in the ruck. Alexander's going to move that one out. A little step in from Osmus. Osmus able to offload that one. Can they get another pass away? Or players in there to win this ball have done on the second count. And Hall steps into the distributor role. Stewart taken by 2. Dogfight around the breakdown for the ball, but Lander's going to get it back. Osmus gets that ball across field, wisely letting it go there is Dallas. Dallas hands off one. Dallas has one to beat to get across the 22. She's got the entire Royals team keying in on her. Eventually taken down. Players either way. There's space out to this left-hand side if they can move it. Bringing it out, but in the back and knocked on, unfortunately. Tough work there for the Bearcats. But a long way to go. It's going to be a scrum here for the Royals. Long way to run here, Warren, but something being set up by Queens in the back line there.
Yeah, they need to get something moving with the game plan.
Sambor goes to the kick there, looking for the cross kick. Gets knocked on, so knock-on advantage for Queens. They get the ball back, but a lot of work to do, so we're going to go back for the scrum. Player couldn't quite hang on to that one. It's going to be a scrum here for Queens. Clock just winding down with these little breaks in play.
was great thought to have a kick pass there, but needed to get it to hand.
Free kick for Queens. Something illegal there at the scrum from the Bearcats. They're going to have to back off 10, so opportunity to get the ball running here. Sambor, ball in hand, telling her players where she'd like them to go. Set penalty or set free kick move coming here as they go off to the left-hand side. Tackled immediately is Gabby Grove, the freshman. Ball knocked on in there. It's going to be a scrum here for Lander. Good result for them as play goes from going back and forth a little quickly to a bit stagnant for the last couple of minutes, Warren.
Yeah, it's a great play from Lander to get the ball back. Great tackle. Sealed off in the ruck. It was worthwhile.
Lander with Maya Alexander to put this one in. Ball at the back. Burgess, they move it one way, they move it another. It goes over Anhalt's head. Looking up the middle of the field. Always a game to run is Allie Davis. Allie Davis making more ground as usual. Anhalt in there as the clean-out player. So somebody's going to come in and distributor role. Dallas digging her hands in there. Gets that ball away. It bounces on the ground, but they'll have another run. Grace Taylor from Oswego, Illinois. Ball out to Anhalt. Stewart has some runners out wide. Is the space going to stay open? Barreling her way back towards the infield. But a knock-on creeps in there. It's going to be another scrum here for Queens. Players coming in for this set scrum. 14 minutes gone in this second half. Ball comes straight out according to referee Hedquist, so we're going to bring this one back down. Referee pulls back up. Warren, every minute wasted in the scrum works in the favor of Lander at this point.
Lander wants this. Let them scrum for a while. It wastes two minutes of the game.
We'd be happy to call some action, but Lander happy to burn some time off the clock here. 20-7 lead here at the Lander Rugby Complex. Again, stay tuned after. We're going to bring you Queens versus the Naval Academy. Two new teams to NYRA Division I taking each other on in this first week of the season. Interesting result last night where Sacred Heart beat West Point in the first NYRA Division I game of the season. Here comes Dallas. Dallas holds that ball so well to draw on some defenders, but big tackle comes in on the Bearcats. Abby Seiler took that one into contact. Queens, good opportunity to stop them. Grace Taylor, try score. She heads across the 22, just lowers her shoulder. Keeps it going. Ball's going to come up here. Somebody's got to get in and distribute this one. Alexander to Anhalt. Anhalt looking for some space. Anhalt shows the ball. She squirts away from a couple of tacklers there. Eventually taken down by two of the Royals. Osmus steps in. Osmus Gets it to Burgess. Burgess moves it across to Stewart. Stewart puts a little offload in there. Molly McNeil, been happy to run all day. Alexander coming back. Just a little behind again for McNeil. Burgess gets a ball and tackler at the same time, but able to get an offload away there. Inside the 22 in the middle of the field. Going to have to get to the ground. Sambor doing great work for Queens as usual. Ball out to Dallas. Dallas puts that little pass in, but it sneaks in behind. Referee sees it. We need a scrum here for the Queens Royals. As we're about done with this matchup, actually. Though we had a couple minutes to go there in the game clock. But it's going to be a 20-7 victory over Queens for the Lander Bearcats. What a game, Warren. Well fought.
Definitely well fought. I thought it was in the first half. The score didn't show what it should have been, but in the second half they came back and played the game.
All right, that is 2 wins for the Bearcats back-to-back. We're going to step away for a few minutes. It's going to be Queens University of Charlotte taking on the United States Naval Academy in just a few minutes. Go. All right, get excited. And a good afternoon to you, rugby fans. It is the matchup between the Naval Academy kicking off here, running from left to right on your screen. Midshipmen playing the Queens University Royals. That one doesn't go 10 immediately. It is a National Intercollegiate Rugby Association NYRA action here at Lander University, home of the Bearcats. Just played a doubleheader. And now it is going to be this matchup. John Broker with Warren Taylor for this great matchup. Both teams are just entering NYRA Division I. This should be great.
This is going to be a great game. This is what they all wanted. They wanted the first game to be against each other, and I think they're all looking forward to it.
First scrum off of that kickoff that didn't go 10 is going to go to the Queens Royals. They're running from right to left on your screen. They're in the white jerseys with some blue, some similar colors around here today. Ball goes in behind Maddie Hughes. Madeline Hughes couldn't quite handle that one. Forward pod waiting here for Queens. Dana Meschici, their coach. Good forward run, a little offload there from Queens. Queens coming from a championship in NYRA Division II. Naval Academy, now a varsity program in NYRA, coming from CRAA. Across the 40 go the Queens University Royals. Keeping it tight there, trying to drive them in. Nice ball up to the front there. Michaela Hall takes that one. Another waiting runner out wide. Forward runner in tight there for Queens. They're going to work that interior defense of Navy right away earlier in this game. A little pick and go off the back there. It's just about 25 meters out. Another run off the back. Keeping it tight. Interesting tactic here early just to wear them down. Ball back out in the middle of the field. They're coming wide this time. Looking to get that ball to the back, but it doesn't quite happen. Waiting pot of forwards. Michaela Hall, little step there from the junior from Tanzania. But a penalty against Navy early on here. And I think we're seeing good early pressure from this Queen.
Their distribution's been good. They've been getting the ball from left to right, right to left. And, you know, they deserve everything that they've got in field position.
And that early penalty, they're going to go for 3 points here. Certainly within range.
Yeah, Maddie Hughes has got a bomb on her. So
Maddie Hughes, great championship game last year. The game that went to overtime against Davenport. Hughes, a junior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hughes from right out in front. Has the leg. Assistant referees say it's good. 3 points to 0. Lead here for Queens University early in this NIRA Division I matchup. Naval Academy to kick this one off. Naval Academy, Hannah Brink in the number 9. Brink puts one long for the Royals down at their 22. Big run coming up here. That's Sienna Phillips, the number 20 jersey. Quick penalty called. Referee right on the spot. Long kick here from Queens. Going to take it right inside the halfway mark. Line out here for the Royals. Just inside the Naval Academy half. Queens quick off the top. Navy putting some pressure on there. Ball across to Prius. Prius gets the ball out wide. Big tackle coming in from the Academy. Players in the defensive line cheering that hit. They're so excited. Back at the 40-meter line. Another forward run from this Queens team. Referee Lindsay Oliver on the spot there. Keeping an eye on things right at midfield. Good runners out wide. If they can move the ball out here, they get at the wing. The space opens up. Can they make it through? That's Camilla Cruz. Cruz, the junior from San Angelo, Texas. Took that one in off the wing. They come stepping in is Salome Schmidt. To that distributor roll, right to the 40-meter line they go. Continuing off that right-hand side. Prius takes the ball. Referee Oliver spots an offsides penalty, so penalty here for Queens University. Queens looking sharp early on here, Warren.
Definitely sharp. Salome Schmidt's distribution of the Rugby North, what we want.
Penalty taken. They move it downfield a little bit through a very good boot from Hughes, so it's going to be a line out for the Royals, just about 30 meters out from the Navy line. Early change coming in here for the Royals. Annalise Richardson coming in. Richardson from Glenwood Springs, Colorado. May just be a blood substitution, we'll see. However, Queens with a good head of steam here. Navy doing a bit of defending these last few minutes. Ball high, winds up in Queens' hands. Offload there. A little static in the backs when they take it, but good flat passing here. Keeps the ball alive to Maddie Hughes. Hughes gets the ball back. She's at the 22. Tackle comes in. Not before she can offload that ball there to Sienna Phillips. Looking to go back across quickly. Doesn't quite happen the way they would like it. Knocked on. Referee Oliver right there. So it's going to be a scrum here for Navy, getting out of some trouble. Scrum for Navy just outside their 22. Good pressure coming on from Queens, and they win the penalty war. And big moment, big statement early in the game.
That's a huge statement. That's just showing that
Got the power.
Referee Oliver brings him back. The scrum battle going the way of the Royals right now. Still 3-0 on that Hughes kick. Players deciding what to do is a Navy player being attended to there. Grace Oliver from Rockwall, Texas. Hughes going to go for another kick here. Certainly within her range again.
It's definitely within a range. I think with Hughes is you don't want anything in front of your 10-yard. It's all in her range.
Change coming in here for Navy. Number 24, Lily Hakes. Big, powerful runner. Hughes strokes that one right off the post, so it's still alive. Knocked back by one of the Navy players. They're going to have to get this ball moving. They're right in their own tries. Don't have to touch it down. The result is going to be a ball put in. It's going to be a scrum here for Queens right on the 5-meter line of the Naval Academy. Great attacking position, Warren.
Oh, great attacking. Well, very lucky to come off the post and come back into the field of play. But besides that, now they've got Navy where they wanted them. Have another big scrum push like the last one, and things will be different.
Player steps in a little closer behind Preyes. Cruze gets there. So one less defender out in the backs for the Naval Academy right now. See what kind of pressure comes on. They're going to work this one out there. Preyes has runners coming in. Looks at a couple of dummy runners. It holds on with herself. Good defense there from Navy. Navy looks like DeLeon takes her down. Ball out wide, but slips over the hands. We're going to have a line out here for Navy. Good result for them. Knocking on the door was Queens, but couldn't get through there, Warren.
They had some great running, dummy runners run through there, come through at line. If she had got the ball to them, it would have been a different story. They're looking good. Both these sides are looking really good.
Yeah, looking sharp. Early on here, just 11 minutes gone in this first half. Ball sails to the tail, winds up in one of the Royals' hands. Royals looking at runners, going to keep it with the power runners up that right-hand side. Staying on that side of the field, trying to draw in the Naval Academy defense. Another pick and go off the back. Can they make this work? Very hard task they have, but over the line they go. And 5 more points. They're at 8 right now. Queens looking strong early in this first half.
What is it? 5 pick and goes in a row. It works. It opens up the defense.
It certainly does work. It can become an ongoing battle, but that time it works for Queens. As Hughes steps up and is going to take a kick, try to put this one to 10. Sweeney gets awarded the try. Margaret Sweeney for Queens. Sophomore from Cleveland, Ohio. Played St. Joe's Rugby, St. Joseph Academy. Hughes lines this one up, pushes that one across the face. So it's going to remain 8-0. Queens Royals will take the kickoff coming up from the Naval Academy. Warren, Naval Academy needs to spend a little time down this Queens end.
Well, and that's what the game is. They need to spend some time in Queen's End, and hopefully they'll come up with some points. You can't keep on playing defense.
Long kick just outside the 22, well fielded by Queens. Queens taken in there by Tippin. Referee Oliver spots a penalty there. Player with the hands in. Not rolling away. So something that referees are certainly watching out for. Queen's going to push this one downfield. Take the line out as long as they can make touch. Have done. Nice attacking position for him here, Warren. It's about 45 meters out from the Navy line.
They just need to consolidate now and get it out to the back line.
Ball coming in from Eileen Andrade from Burke, Virginia. Played for Fort Hunt, the high school team. Referee Oliver steps in and wants to change some of the line out here. Not the correct players. Navy players up too early, so it's going to be a free kick here. They're going to go as quick as they can with Schmidt. Tommy Schmidt, the nursing major from Greer, South Carolina. Nice hands to get out to the wing. A little show there. Ball's now outside. The referee's going to come back for a forward pass, however. A little too much endeavor there from the Queens team. So it's going to be a scrum for the Naval Academy just outside their own 40-meter line.
That just shows you with the distribution, once they started to get it down the line, it looks good. They got some speed out wide.
Oh, they certainly do. Referee Oliver just hanging on to make sure everything is set here at this scrum. Queens had a little bit of the ascendancy in this area so far in this game. They got a good hit there. Navy pushing that one forward. Squirts out the back. Ball is loose. Kicked forward by one of these Queens players. Fielded by the Naval Academy. It was Schmidt that got that one. Good pressure coming on again as the ball gets to the hands. Lewin. Not rolling away is Queens. Not taking it from the mark is Navy, so they're going to slow this one down. Looking for the touchline and finding it are the Naval Academy. Be their line out just inside their own half. Naval Academy with a 4-player line out. They've got a forward pod out back. Ball coming in from Lindy Gostage. Gostage, a senior from Jacksonville, Florida. Ball comes down to Queens. Margaret Sweeney takes that one in. Schmidt distributes once again. Schmidt looking for the ball once more at the back there. Ball out a little longer this time. Prayers looking out wide. Again, just pushing that ball to the width before there's actually space out there. And a little bit tough for this Queens team so far. Navy able to handle it. There's another big forward, rumbles across halfway for the Royals. Royals, nice offload across the 40-meter line. Sweeney. Naval Academy eventually get it held down. They're going to move this one wide. Schmidt, nice pass there. There's a room outside now. Wing cuts back in. Looking for some runners. They find one there in Michaela Hall. Ball up. Michaela Hawk. Holding it in, not releasing is Queens. So Navy once again getting away with this one. They're going to go quick right from their own 22. Forward pod waiting outside there. Ball goes to Geiger. Maggie Geiger takes a couple of Queens defenders with her. Player coming off for Queens, but referee's going to let it go as they're going to keep play going on. Ball down for Gostage. Defense coming quickly here from Queens as soon as they see the ball pop out. Putting some pressure on this Naval Academy offense. Naval Academy having to dig this one. A referee spots a penalty. Didn't do it well enough. Player not releasing for the Naval Academy. Penalty here for Queens University. Referee Oliver, a little discussion there with some of the Naval Academy players. They put that one down inside the 22. Another attacking position. Warren, they've been down here a bunch of times, unable to convert except for once. So they're going to want to get in the try zone here if they can, this Royals team.
Well, they need to convert now, and you've been down in the 22, and specifically you've been in Navy's half for most of the game. You need points. Now it comes back to haunt you at the end of the game.
Another messy line out comes into the hands of this Naval Academy team. Referee's going to whistle it up. It's going to be a scrum for the Naval Academy. Navy ball, pressure coming in quickly from the Royals. Penalty, however, driving inwards. Naval Academy wants to go quick, but referee Oliver again is going to remind them to take it from the mark. Ongoing battle today, Warren.
Oh, it's been all, both games have had the same problem.
Referees' directives, keep an eye on that, making sure people aren't gaining just a little advantage by taking it quick. But Naval Academy moves downfield. It'll be their line out inside their own 40-meter line. Down 8-0 here, about halfway through the first half of this NYRA Division I matchup. Ball up, well taken by the Naval Academy. Abby Hirschner. Ball up to a waiting forward, well tackled eventually. It was Miracle Haynes. Penalty advantage for a player coming in illegally from Queens. See what the Naval Academy can make of this. Naval Academy has another pod waiting for them. Looking for a ball out the back, and they get it. They're going to go to LeBoot. They're going to try to rake it over Hughes, but she's going to be fine. Hughes going to return it. The referee's going to come back for that original penalty. If you were wondering why everybody just stopped running for a second there. Ball down, better attacking position here. Good line out last time from Navy, so an opportunity for them here.
Great line out. They went up, took it, and then drove it. It's molded round. I wonder if they'll do it again.
A great jumper there, and Hirschner, the senior from Wilmington, Delaware. Goes up for it again. Gets the ball back, but can't quite get it as safe as the last time. Referee spots ball not straight there, so it's going to be an opportunity here, or a ball went into touch. You'll line out right at halfway for the Queens Royals. That one definitely not straight. It's going to come back.
It's going to go back to it. Navy will have a choice now, whether they want a scrum or a line up. They're taking the scrum.
Imagine Navy will take the scrum here, and indeed they do. Scrum right at halfway. They have their players stacked out to the right-hand side. A long way to go for them, down 8-0 to this Queens University team at the moment. Set as the midday sun coming overhead here, beautiful Lander University. Greenwood, South Carolina playing host to this NYRA matchup. Ball coming in for Naval Academy, just joining us in the full Navy here. Navy blue. Off the back they come through Haynes. Haynes gets just under the 40-meter line there, gets the ball back. Hakes. Effective player for this Naval Academy team. Another one is Geiger. Geiger gets in between a couple of players there, quickly pouncing on it. Ripped right away. Excellent work by Queens, trying to get out to the wing there to Cruz, but Naval Defense has other ideas. And it's Schmidt feed that ball out. One up, the junior from Brookfield, Wisconsin. Ball taken by Queens off of that kick. Prayers comes back down. Gets the ball into the hands of Sweeney. Sweeney. Breakdown. Still a lot of pressure on them, but they've gone from defense to offense with a great individual play. We'll see if they can make it happen with this. Naval Academy team obviously well drilled and disciplined, finding their structures here and getting a penalty for a Queens player not rolling away. Referee Oliver says that one's fine. All the players back 10 for Queens. They're good to go. Haynes has to come in the back of that one. Ball up over the top of a couple of players. They're going to lose a little bit of ground here. Going to go for the kick, looking to put that one down into that 5-meter space. It's rolling towards touch. It rolls across. Good territory gain for Navy. We're just going to line out here for Queens.
Well, it was great thinking there. Great thinking. The back line had become very static, so the chip over the top was just phenomenal thinking. It's great game awareness and position awareness.
Line out here for Queens, just outside their own 22. Referee says it was fine, so Queen's going to hang on to that one. Move just a little bit further ahead through Gilbert. Ball across to Preyes. Preyes gets it in the midfield, but the ball's bobbled. It's going to come back and be a scrum here for Naval Academy. Down 8 points with a scrum, middle of the field, 22. Good opportunity for them.
Now's the time to do it. Now's the time. You got the middle of the field. You got the field split up. You got the defense split. Navy needs to make a plan here, but they have rolled both their centres onto the left-hand side, so a lot of space on the right.
Yeah, they moved everybody to the left-hand side there. You have a Miracle Haynes at the back. Miracle Haynes, a junior from Beaumont, Texas. Cyber operations major at the Naval Academy. And a pretty dangerous runner, as we've seen. She may come back to the right-hand side here. The wing pushed way out there. Referee going to bring that one back up. No penalties, no free kicks, just going to set it down. Didn't see there was anything illegal in there. So Naval Academy, another opportunity. Queens, another opportunity to try to figure out what they're doing.
Figure out what they're going to do.
Referee Oliver brings it together again. Navy looking to be a little more stable this time. Haynes, ball in her hands. Haynes going to come off that right-hand side. Taken well by the flanker. Sweeney's been having a heck of a game. That Cleveland, Ohio native. Waiting forward pod there for Navy. They're able to recycle that one. See where they decide to go with this. They go off to the left-hand side. Get it to Geiger. Geiger, Greenville, North Carolina. Native, but penalty coming back here against Queens for not rolling away. So at Navy, they have wanted to go quick generally. They're going to go for the kick. Yeah, they're going to look for the kick here and try to bring the scores a little closer together, get into a 5-point game.
Get a 5-point game makes it a little bit easier to swallow. The amount of times they've gone quickly, though, it is.
Kicker is Hirschner. Second row from the Tome School in Delaware. Gets herself some distance for these kicks. Launches it, and it is good. We're at 5-3. Queens leads Navy. About 27 minutes gone in the first half of this contest. Naira Division I, first game in Division I for both of these teams. As we said, Naval Academy just joining after 2 national championships in CRAA, developed a varsity program under Murph McCarthy and Abby Gustitis now. And Queens University wins Division II last year. It moves up. Looking to make a splash in the top tier of Naira. Kick comes from Preyas. Towards the sideline they go. Taken into touch. Nice kick. Nice result for Queens. It'll be their line out just inside the 40-meter lines of the Naval Academy.
It's a great kick and great, tackle from the wing coming down the side from Queens, from the Royals.
Ball up, well taken by Queens. Runners coming in a couple different directions. They're going to go wide to Hughes. Hughes gets the ball out to the wing. Gets the ball to Cruz. Cruz gets the ball back to Hughes just inside the 22. Schmidt gets that one across. Power runner there, and Hoke. Player coming in off their feet for Queens, so Navy's going to take that one quickly. Can't get the 10-meter penalty. It may be turned over here, but player coming off the feet again for Queens. Referee Oliver is going to give Navy the time to take that one quick. Big hit comes in from Hoke, the senior from Orchard Park, New York, in the Buffalo area. Queens rips that one away. Medellin comes in and takes that ball. Schmidt, good distance passes for the scrum halves. They go a little wider with this one, but ball gets bobbled. It's been one of the faults of this Queens team so far in this first half, is just trying to push it a little too quick.
A little bit too quick and a little bit too static. No one's running off the ball. So they've got the speed, they've got the players. If they can get somebody running off the ball, they'll open up the Navy defense.
Ball to the back for Navy. Navy coming across. Got a couple of hard runners coming onto it. Get it in to the outside center. Theolene has been tremendous for this Navy team. Ball squirts away, but referee says illegally so as a player didn't roll for Queens. So it's Navy ball. Haynes wants to go. Haynes is ready to run. Haynes lines someone up. Taken to the ground, but they have more runners coming. Once again to Hirschner. Taken away by the Royals. Royals now on the attack. They're inside their own 22. May look to Hughes to get rid of this one. But players coming off the feet, so it's a penalty here for the Royals. They'll slow down and take their time. And with a couple of kickers they have, it's better to just push that ball downfield.
Push it downfield. Number 5 for the Royals, Eileen Andre. She's had 2 steals in a row that have just been amazing.
Sure, whether it's just multiple penalties or people are getting a little chippy out there.
Really has been a well-fought, clean game, though. So
Certainly has been. Referee has asked the captains to talk to each team. Get things straightened out here. We are back here. It is going to be the line out for Queens off that penalty. Both teams have had their little conference. Referee wanted them to have. That one did not look straight, and it was not. So we'll come back to Navy, either a scrum or a line out here. They take the scrum quickly, can put them right back down into this Queens 22 if they play this right.
that's what they want. They were lacking the line out, and ball's not straight. Put it in the scrum and let's run it. See what their backline can do.
Good pressure from Queens. The ball's going to come back to Navy. Navy's going to put it into their captain, middle of the field. Ball went back according to the referee. Popped off her shoulder there. Good pressure coming in from Queens around the breakdown. They're doing a lot of work there. Navy able to recycle that one through Gemma. Ball up to Megan Leitz. Fly half takes into the contact. They're ready to go again. Now they have some forward runners here ready to go. It's Hakes once again as she's come into the game. Big run coming in, starting to push a little dent into that Queens defense. Offload there from Hirschner. Hake can't quite handle that one. Turned over. Now it's Queens ball. Queens has a forward runner coming through. Breaks the defensive line. 33.5 minutes gone in this first half. Ball gets spilled forward by Queens. We're going to go back for a scrum here. And, those wide passes, just those midfield hands have let them down a couple of times.
Let them down a couple of times. Ball's getting there, so it's a matter of just relax and let the ball come into your hands and let it go. But at this moment in time, they're spilling it.
Navy. On move again. Leeds has the ball. Holds it a little bit, but it's been spilled. So now we're going to have a scrum here for Queens as they just trade some knock-ons here.
Now you start to wonder if the ball's getting a little bit slippery there. It's getting up to the 80 degrees now, so got a bit of sweat in it.
Here are the Navy players cheering on their forwards in the scrum. Ball's going to come in from Schmidt. Schmidt, a Greer 76ers high school player at Queens University now. Little pass there, looked like it went forward, and it did. So we're going back for a scrum. Another bobbled ball. Navy gets it back. Not the most exciting 2 minutes of rugby going on here, Warren, but it'll pick up.
It's the same old, same old. Let me tell you, ask every single forward that's out there, say, why are you dropping the ball? Yeah, forwards love scrumming, but not too much.
Yeah, not too often. Cooler weather is a bit nicer.
Exactly.
Navy, ball coming in from Hannah Brink. Brink, the naval architecture major from Lake Oswego, Oregon. Another ball, nearly spilled, but it went back, but pressure's on now. Leeds has to get that one to the ground safely. Navy able to recycle it. Have to reset through Haynes. Haynes gets her way just inside the 50-meter line. Forward pod waiting. Little tip there. What a break. Good work by the Naval Academy. Spot that space. Just one forward to the next. Gain about 10, 12 meters. And a penalty for players coming in there from Queens. All off that little tip pass.
Yeah, the tip pass is great. It just moved that ball so wide so quickly.
To the 22 go Navy now. Right over the top come Queens. Not able to dislodge that one, however. Hakes have to take that one to the ground. Looking for some runners off to the right here. Ball goes back. They're going to continue to play. Got some space out to the right-hand side if they can work the ball there. Haynes is looking for it. She turns the corner. Takes 2 or 3 to bring her down. Good ball up there to Leeds. Leeds shows she gets her way through the line to the 22. She's going to need some players to get in there and set that one up. Ball back out for the Naval Academy. Haynes a little slow to get up. Looking off to the right-hand side. Keeping into the forwards are the Naval Academy. Going to come back for a penalty. Not rolling away against Queens. And they'll probably take just a minute to take care of this player. And referee wants to have a conversation with the Queens captain. And a yellow card it is for one of the Queens players. Just one too many penalties, Warren. Somebody's going to be off the field for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's one too many hands in the scrum. Hands in the ruck, sorry. She's playing her heart out, but somewhere down the line you have to keep the hands out.
Haynes comes off the field, a little bit of blood. She'll be able to go back on in 10 minutes. They're going to have to make a substitute here. Are the Naval Academy. And looking to take the lead down just a little bit more is Hirschner. So we're currently at 8-3 here. And with that, we're at 8-6. Game is getting closer as this half continues to roll on. Just about a minute and a half on the game clock. But referee, however, has spotted it's the end of the first half. So there we are. Very close game. 2 points in it. Queens University of Charlotte leads the Naval Academy 8-6 here at Lander University. We're going to step away for a few minutes and come back with second half action and what is sure to be an exciting matchup. And welcome back to Lander University, the Lander Rugby Complex. We are here for the second half of a tight game where Queens University about to kick off in the white and blue jerseys. Leads 8-6 over the Naval Academy with a couple kicks to come back here. John Brugger with Warren Taylor. We'll get to Warren in just a second as our game is underway. Naval Academy takes it. Maggie Geiger tries to move that ball wide. Pouncing on it are Queens, but can't quite come up with it. Ball spilled. We're going back for a scrum here. Very tight game, 2 points in it. But Navy just down a little bit here, Warren. What is Coach Murph McCarthy saying to this team?
I think what they've just done now, they've just knocked the ball on in that position. I'd say that he should be saying to them, get into off the rucks and mauls, get into that position where you're running at the A gap, run at the fly half, and at speed, which is what they haven't done. They did move forward there, but they knocked it on again.
And we got some good, strong runners, this Navy team. They've lost Miracle Haynes, at least temporarily. At the end of the half there, she came off with a bloody nose. So replacement there. Ball set to come in from Brink. Big squeeze coming on from Queens, but Brink able to get one up the light. The Lights can't quite handle that one. Bounces up towards Queens. An advantage for the Royals. See where the ball comes down. Ball comes down to Navy. Referee Oliver's going to just tell him to keep playing right there. Inside the 22 or Navy, they're going to want to get out of here. Coach McCarthy will not want to spend too much time down here with his team. Big run coming through from Geiger. Pressure at the breakdown coming from Queens University. Ball at the 5-meter line of the Naval Academy. Points here would be a big benefit to this defending Division II champion now in Division I here in Naira. Looking to make some waves. Certainly have the talent to do so. Now they're on defense again. Ball is back to the Naval Academy. Quick turnovers early in the second half. See what the exit strategy here is for the Academy. They want to run generally. Certainly have the fitness to do so, but Queens is going to turn it over again. Ball out to the right-hand side. A little pass. They're looking at the try zone there. Player is in. Player is over. We'll get the number for you, but an early try from Queens moves them from 8 to 13 early in the second half.
Trying to see what the number is as well. But that's the way. That's the game that Queens wants to play. Keep it tight. Keep it down there. Maybe make the mistakes, and they did. They made the mistake at the end, and Queens scored on it.
Couple of balls back and forth either way, but that extends it from 8 to 6 to 13 to 6. Kick to come here. Kick will be taken by Leah Preyes. And Kayla Hawk got awarded that one. Try from that Orchard Park, New York player. Naira All Academic team. Played for the Western New York Lightning. Midwest Thunderbirds and was USA U18. Putting a try down here in the first game of the season for the Royals. Kick to come here from Preyes. Preyes kick is good. We're at 15 to 6. I like Preyes' little move there. Just a little shake of the hips before she goes and kicks that one. Very casual, but put it through. It looks great. Naval Academy will look together. Ball down to Queens. Queens barrels over one defender there. Navy player got the worst of that one. Looked like their captain, but nearly turned it over, putting pressure on the Royals. Coming back at Navy. Captain is up and good to go right in the next tackle after a big blow there. So certainly that Navy toughness coming out. Ball to the middle of the field. They push that one back in. This was a player that went off earlier in the game for a blood substitution. Now back in. Ball comes wide. Looking for some runners. Taking it just a little flat-footed there. Trouble there for one of their speedsters, Jay Stone. Stone certainly has the speed. The junior from Garner, North Carolina. Played for the Raleigh Rugby Club. Couldn't get the space they wanted that time. Ball meant for one player, goes out to another. That's a try scorer, Hawk. Ball up to that left-hand side. There was a runner out of the wing. Was not going to be able to get it there. But making some good phase work here is the Queens University Royals. A couple of dummy runners. They go out wide. Player taking the ball. Again, a little static in the midfield. This player is not static. That is for sure. Big run coming in. Big power. Offload is not there for Michaela Hall. Back across. Preyas finds a runner this time. Starting to stretch to width is Queens. Could have been the halftime message. Cruz looking to sneak around a couple. Gets an offload there. They're at the 22 of the Naval Academy. Navy trying to turn that one over through Haynes. Return to the game. Big hits coming in. Players a little slow to get up everywhere. Here come the Royals. Royals looking to add to their tally. They're inside the 22 of this Naval Academy team. Navy puts the pressure on Haynes, making her presence known as ever. Referee is going to whistle it here. There's a knock-on crept in, so it's going to be a scrum for Queen's University. Very intense passage of play from both teams, Warren.
It's a great passage of play, but you must remember that Royals are still playing with 14 players. So they're playing 14, they're one try up, and they're pressurizing. So it's really good to see.
They're being attended to here for Navy. Change coming into the moment. Mia Young in the number 18 jersey. Queens, great attacking position. Nobody on the left-hand side. So they move Cruz, the wing, out this way. See players, Jay Stone, to move just a little closer to that wing. They're looking for a strike play here, but a good, powerful scrum gets them a penalty advantage to begin with. Bobbling ball to Preyas isn't quite what they wanted. Ball out to Hughes. Hughes gets it to Stone. Stone can't hang on that one, but we'll come all the way back for the scrum. Referee Oliver right there. Scrum half jumped off sides for Navy. Just a silly mistake results in this penalty.
Yeah, it's just being over exuberant. So silly mistake, but I'm sure Queens is going to take it and take it with both hands. What it does, it kills time. So now Salome Schmidt comes back on the field, so it's 15 against 15.
Schmidt back on the field. As you said, nice kick to the corner there. Line out for Queens here. Great attacking position, and Schmidt will bring a lot of urgency back into this team. A lot of structure from the base of the ruck.
Which was, I think, what they've been lacking for 10 minutes. That's why.
Ball up, down into the hands of Navy. A little bit of a messy line out for Queens there. Navy off the back. Brink gets it out to a waiting forward. They cannot evade the defense. Haynes. No room move on that one. Brink just has a squirt forward with that. Play that they want is not there. Ball out the back. Haynes again, but is a waiting player there from Queens coming in over the top. Are they going to be able to pull that one away? Have done, and that is that player, Michaela Hall. Super effective back into this game, but not releasing on that one. So we're going to come back here for a penalty to Navy. Navy pushes that one downfield. Be their line out just inside their own 40-meter. Ball a little low. Queen's going to scoop that one up. Ball squirts towards the touchline there. So we're going to have Be a line out coming for Navy, according to referee Oliver. Score remains 15-6 here. Navy. Brink gets that one in. Haynes has a ball at her feet. She's going to play the distributor roll herself to Leitz. Leitz is going to get a defender on her right away. Quick to their feet. Quick trying to scoop that one out.
And she's got it.
And she's taking it away. What individual work there. Great skill around the ball. Players are running out back here. They gotten the ball out. Hughes looking to get across that 22 and does, but can't find enough space to make a big break. Ball coming back out from Schmidt. Schmidt up to a waiting forward. Now Navy is coming in and digging on that as Haynes, but Haynes off her feet. Taking it away, so it's going to be a penalty here for Queens in a very kickable position.
Yeah, I think they're going to call Maddie Hughes up straight away to kick for poles. So discussion happening there in front of the poles.
Certainly talking about it. And they're going to go to the corner.
Going to go for the corner. Great to see.
Yeah. No use for our
exactly.
thoughts
We don't
on
need
this
to
matter,
comment
Warren.
anymore.
I was sure they're going to go over the poles as well to get 15, move it up to 18, but they want the tries here. Bonus points, everything important in Naira. Like Andrade, who's been so important, is going to put this one in. Ball up to the front of the line out. They're going to get a maul going, driving well. Players from Navy are bound onto that, so it is perfectly legal, and this is headed towards a try line like a slow train going, and it is touchdown. Another 5 points. That moves them to 20. Kick to come. Queens starting to pull away.
Let me tell you, it's great to see, ladies rugby, girls rugby doing that. Drive off a line out is just unbelievable. It's so effective when you get it done right, and it's great to see the power that Queens has got. And that is coaching. That is great coaching.
Yeah, great forwards coach in there from Queens. Change coming in from Navy. Kaylee Sandoval wearing number 19. Jada Medellin awarded with that try. Medellin from Meridian, Idaho, went to Mountain View High School. Kick to come here from Hughes, a bit of a tougher angle. Hughes gets the boot to it. Curls it around off the post. She's loving the post today.
Second time off the post. She could practice that all day, every day, and not hit posts like that.
That's impressive. Navy, more changes coming in. Player number 21 is Emma Magnus. Underway again through Leitz, the Catholimet Washington native. Pressure coming on from Navy. Runners out wide, ball to Hawk. She's been over in the try zone, but now she's going to secure the ball for her team. Kayla Hall's the dummy runner on that one. Ball across to Preyas. Schmidt plays that distributor roll. They get it to Cruz in the wing. Cruz gets her hands free. Nice offload. Nice catch of the ball. Going to have to keep this one in field. but knocked on eventually. We're going to have a scrum here for Naval Academy. 5 meters in, it's just outside of the 40-meter line of Queens. Navy gets that one in. Stable ball this time. Leeds looking for some runners. Tries to move a little wider. Waluin pushes that one down. It's inside the 22 for Hughes to run back on. Bounces up nicely for her. She puts it to that right boot. Launches it downfield. Navy to field it. Referee spots that one. Looked like players were offsides there.
Players never retired out of the 10-yard.
Player, I believe, has a choice here. Whether they want the kick back there or the kick up a little further. It's always amazing to me, like how often do people take the kick back there rather than up ahead? It's going to be a very unique situation for that to happen.
It'll be a scrum up front.
A scrum up front.
Yeah, but still, scrum in that position in the 22. Why not take it? You know, your options are kicking, and then you miss the. You miss the touchline. Suddenly, it's not your line out anymore, but a scrum's so much more positive.
Ball in, little pressure coming on this time from Queens, but Navy may lose this one. Indeed they do. Ball comes back to Queens. Good scrum for them right there. Ball, however, comes back to Navy. The Academy on the move now inside the 22. Didn't see quite how that kind of came around from our side of the field. They've got runners ready to go here, looking towards the line. There's some more space out to the left-hand side, but a bit bunched down there. Looking to use some forward punches. They get one there. They have another waiting pod if they can get it to them. Quicker ball would have been a premium there, so you're going to take this one quick. Michaela Hall is going to come in and put some pressure in. Not allow too much forward momentum there. Right by the post they go. Leach gets that ball to her captain. Her captain hands off one. Her captain hands off another. And the try is awarded there for Charlotte Halloween. Great try from the captain from Jersey City, New Jersey.
It's a great build-up that. They hit, what, 3 pods in a row, and then get it out the back line when you've pulled on all the defense.
Good structure. 22-11, 9 points in it. This would bring it down to 7. Be a converted try to tie it up. Tough angle for the kick here. Hirschner does have a good boot. Ball is up. Ball is going to fall off the underside of the post there. It's no good, but 9 points. Plenty of time to play here for the Naval Academy. Good try there to keep them going. We're about 16 minutes gone in the second half. .25 to go. Fitness may play a factor coming in here as well as the benches, and there's something you would say with the Naval Academy is fitness should not be an issue.
Fitness shouldn't be an issue. It's not about running all day.
Academy, a little head of steam, a little bit happy after that. The captain who scored that try takes that one in. Certainly knows about leadership, but a little bobble right there is going to stop that momentum. Be a scrum for Queens just inside the 40-meter line of the Naval Academy. Change of the wing out here. Ball coming off the back. It can't quite hang on to that one. Faith Holly has a hold of it. Weaver Bird plays a distributor role. Queen. One of the Queens players, we have penalty here for Navy. Able to push the ball downfield, get a better attack.
Yeah, they should be able to get this out. They just need to get out of their own half. Hit the ball down and do the line out.
At their own 40-meter line. Grace Oliver to put this one in. Sorry, I had that number wrong. Big ball up there to Haynes. Haynes trying to get a couple extra meters, but wounds up almost getting turned over by Schmidt, but in there just a little too quickly off their feet are Queens. Such speed of thought from Schmidt.
Yeah, I actually thought she had it, but I'm just the commentator.
Yeah, we're not always as close to the action as we think we are, but Navy getting another penalty, move their way towards halfway. Jess McKenzie throwing this one in. Ball sails over the top, can't quite get it back out there the way they would like. Players stop pretty quickly. Haynes gets in there to clean it off. Waiting forward pod, finds her way between a couple of runners there. Now they go straight back looking for the kick. It's going to go towards touch, going to hit inside first. We have a line out here right at halfway for the Queens University Royals. Andrade to put this one in. It doesn't go where they want it to go. Hall tries to recover, but Navy's going to get this one back. Big, powerful run coming there from Geiger. Geiger gets that ball back. Players trying to dislodge, but not going to happen. Right at the line, they take it. That's Magnus. Magnus gets to the 40-meter line. Good work out. Now there's some space. Miracle Haynes shouting for Hakes to go straight through. Coming off to the other side, get the ball there to Jess McKenzie. Jess McKenzie makes some ground. Subs making a big difference for the Naval Academy. Right there, Magnus able to hang on to that one. Bobble at first. She might have gotten through that defensive line. Ball comes off the head of Hall. She wasn't exactly sure what was going to happen. If she got her hands up, she might have been away for a try there. Ball cross into the hands of Jess McKenzie. McKenzie taken to the ground. Quickly they come. Haynes looking for some space. Haynes gets through a couple. Wasn't held, but is going to get it down there anyway. Player comes diving over from Queens, but knocked on.
What I was saying at halftime that I was hoping that Navy coach had said is it's starting to work now. They're coming through at speed. Their pods are working at speed. It's looking really good.
From the knock-on, it's going to be a scrum here for the Naval Academy. About halfway, a little more than halfway through the second half. Sandoval in again. A little bit of gamesmanship from the scrum halves here. Schmidt just getting a little hip check in there on Brink. And then puts the pressure on, trying to turn that ball over. Brink nearly gets it back, but hands on. It's going to be a scrum again here for Navy. Front row player being attended to here for Queens. Have to have a full complement of players here, so we're going to hold off on that one.
Michaela Hall has really played well today.
Ah, excellent. The big breaking runs there.
Some great runs. She's got a great future ahead of her.
Navy will want to move this one a little quicker, I'm sure. And they do. Brink, Leets looking for the runners. Get it to the captain. Captain is going to sail through the defensive line, but caught eventually. Gets the ball up into the hands of Sienna Hall. Hall hasn't had a ton of carries today. Keeping it wide. Again, they have some tighter pods out here if they can get it to them. Hakes takes that one in, steady. Always recycling the ball. They're staying a little close with second row and kicker, Abby Hirschner. Queens trying to dig that one away, trying to work their way in there, but illegally done. It's going to go quick here from the Naval Academy. Here goes the Naval Academy through the captain, the Halloween. Jess McKenzie looking for that one. Did it go back? Did it go forward? Referee says it went forward. Going to be a scrum here for Queens. Lucky for them. Momentum building for the Naval Academy. We're about 15 minutes to go, and there's 9 points in the game. And that fitness starting to show.
Fitness is showing. They're just not folding over to the next position. They're not folding over the ruck. So they're starting to get numbers game now.
Queens ball, good pressure in the scrum. Probably looking to draw a penalty, but have not. So they're going to go for the kick. They're going to keep this one infield. Interesting. Sienna Hall takes it well. Hall steps around one, but can't get around. Hakes comes in, straighten that one up. Brink gets that one to Jess McKenzie. McKenzie runs a very good line to the reserve. Ball up to Hirschner. Like you said, they're hitting those gaps pretty well right now, this Naval Academy team. Hakes looking for it. Hakes steps in, steps out. Queens player rolls away well. Little tip pass to McKenzie. McKenzie gets a player same time as the ball, but makes a little room. Momentum building for the Academy if they can keep this up. Good catch out there. Staying tight with the forwards. They're going to need a couple of people in there. Really need somebody on the hip at this point. Queens is so quick to get in and try to disrupt that ball. Little pick and go. Another one. This is where they were dangerous before. Lining up some forwards. McKenzie at the back. McKenzie It's around the first two defenders, but hauled down. Just about 5 meters out from the line. Ball a little wider this time. Got some runners out to the right-hand side if they can get it out there. See what they decide to do. Ball squirts away. Referee spots it. Player's going to get yellow carded, I thought, nearly for sure. Penalty inside that close war, and that's going to be trouble.
That is going to be trouble. They're down to 14 again.
Naval Academy penalty right at the 5 meter line. And they are going to send Hakes into the fray. Hakes hits about 4 or 5 Queens players, eventually taken to the ground. Look at the pick and go here. They're going to go a little wider to McKenzie. McKenzie smartly positioned again. The ball comes wider to Leitz. Leitz gets it to the captain. She's scored before. She's pushing to the outside. She's looking at the try line. She's over the try line. Yet again, the Naval Academy scores. They draw it within a couple. 4-point game. And it's just field position, momentum,
Yep.
maintaining possession, and a couple of silly errors from Queens making a big difference right now.
It's making a huge difference right now. Big part about it is the Navy's hitting those pods, and they're doing it at speed. Doing it at speed. That's what we.
Making the difference here. A big kick here for Hirschner. It's a 4-point game. This would put it to 2. But even at 4 points, an unconverted try puts them ahead. Hirschner strikes that one well. Hirschner puts that one through. What a kick from the number 4, Maddie Hirschner. Delaware native. Let us know in her notes that she can juggle, if you need to know. 2-point game here at Lander University. Naira, week 1. Tremendous competition in this NCAA women's national competition. Division 1 game here. This is Queens kicking off, winning by 2. John Broker here with Warren Taylor bringing this action. Lander playing host to this wonderful event here in Greenwood, South Carolina. The beautiful city of McKenzie gets through the line. McKenzie, so hard to take down.
She's been a great impact.
Oh,
player coming off the
absolutely.
bench.
She's such a powerful runner. And just, like I said, intelligently gets into those
Intelligently.
right spaces.
Yep.
Again, the pressure on for the Naval Academy here. Thought that player might have been offsides from Queens, but referee Oliver doesn't think so. But Naval Academy able to hang on to this one. Players queuing up to run, and the first of the line, as again, is McKenzie.
again.
A couple of miscues there. They wound up in her hands one more time, intentionally or not. Ball up to the middle of the field here. Queens players laying off of this one. Ball out there to Hakes. Hakes can't find her way through. Good work there. That's Michaela Hall. Michaela Hall decided she had enough of defense. Drives over by herself, takes the ball away. Good counter ruck. Now she's in position for a run. Looking to get in between a couple players and find some room. Nice offload. 50-meter line nearly ripped away. Now Queens on the move. 2 points in it right here. Nice break off there to Hall. Hall's across the 40-meter line. She has been active again.
There's no one out wide. There we are.
Big break here
Solomon
from
Schmidt.
Queens, and that's the one. Queens is going to move their lead. Gonna move their lead to 7 at the moment. Kick to come, so be interesting. This kick may play a big factor in the rest of this game. Queens with a 7-point lead, looking to extend it to 9 here. That one is good. It is a 9-point game, so more than a converted try in it. More than half of this half gone. Just about 10 minutes to go in the game. A lot of work here to do from Navy, but judging by what I've seen, they may be up for it.
They're up for it. They're definitely up for it. They've got the game. They've been coached well. It's a long time. 10 minutes, a long time in any game.
Hannah Brink puts that one downfield. They have a player pouring onto it in their captain. Big hit. They're going to stop them just outside their own 22-meter line. Looking for the turnovers, Navy. Are they going to get it? They have. That is a good answer. The captain again leading the way. Off to the right-hand side they go. They've got some runners. There's Hirschner. Hirschner into contact. Ball slips out the back there. Taking it again by Navy. Good hands to keep that one alive. A little spin move there from Geiger. Geiger gets across. Queens player in looking for it, but they're up to the captain again. Captain puts a little pass in there. Player gets tackled right away. Does Gigi Kim. Just in behind. Penalty again against Queens. They're going to want to go quick with this one, I would imagine. Another yellow card. We're down to 13 on the field
13.
here, Warren.
Yeah, that does change the whole game.
Certainly changes things right now as we get Navy working their way in. They're going to want quick scores here to keep 2 people off the field, still the ball, but ripped away by Queens isn't going to help the cause. Queens turns it over to Navy. Navy now has been the game of turnovers for the last few minutes. Players digging in there. Referee Oliver sees it go down to the ground. He's going to award the scrum to the Naval Academy. Not sure if the players that are off the field are forwards or back, so this could be an interesting moment here.
Actually, both are backs.
Four backs out there. Scrum trying to do some work here. Ball out to Leeds. Leeds is going to come back the other way. Big hit coming in. But we're going to go back for a penalty. Scrum penalty, so no one is going to get penalized here. Hirschner being pointed by referee Oliver towards the mark. Looking at Michaela Hall here. Gets out there. Queens players trying to get over it. Nearly ripped that one away. Navy ball at the moment. Ball comes out there to Mackenzie. Mackenzie, another advantage here. Going down for a high tackle, so that won't bring him down to 12. Just a different penalty. Here comes the Naval Academy looking at the line. Naval Academy at the line. Naval Academy sees it. It is within their grasp as they go out a little wider. They've got runners out wide if they can get it there. Trouble there. Tough time. Navy still on the move. Scoring chance went begging there. Another one possible. Queens going to have to continue to be careful here. No offsides, no ruck penalties. Navy drives towards the line. Player is up in the air, but eventually gets themselves down. See what they can make of this. The ball comes out. They're looking at the try line. They're at the try line. They may get held up. They're back. Ball's going to stay alive. Player takes a little turn. Looks to make a dart. Can't quite get there. Navy player down again. The referee's going to have to whistle for a player down with an injury. So time will come off the clock. And a player is down for Navy. Tremendous from the captain there, just to stand right over that player and say, if it comes
Yes.
this way, it doesn't matter. We're going to stop this game.
Just protect your player that's on the floor.
While they tend to this player again, we'll just step aside and wait for action to return. And it was an exciting matchup here. And we are back. Player looks to have a little shoulder injury there and looking to go wide, but referee's going to bring it back.
Need to get your player off the field before you
Yeah.
actually go.
I think Queens may know the play now, but Hakes is looking at the line. Hakes goes for it again, gets the ball to Hirschner. I believe still up 2 players. A little pass out there. Ball gets spilled forward with advantage there, to scrum advantage. And that is going to be the end of our contest here.
I didn't think it was so close to the end of the
I
game.
didn't think it was so close to the end of the game either, but we seem to have a final score here where Queens University of Charlotte is going to win this one in this first NYRA championship. Sorry about our clock mishap there, 27-16. Great match from Queens University to start this NYRA season. 2 new teams to NYRA Division 1. Great matchup, Warren. Lot to come from these teams.
Oh, both teams played out of their skins. I think the coaching's been good on both teams. They've come up to upper division, and they're going to be a force to reckon with, both teams.
All right, that's fantastic here at Lander University. We want to thank you all for watching this NYRA matchup between Queens University of Charlotte and the Naval Academy. Thank you for coming to both of these teams. For everybody at Lander, for Ken Pape, the great coach, for Warren Taylor, and myself, John Broker. This has been a Lander, I forgot Hunter Orange Julius. This has been a Lander University production. Thank you for joining us today.
Appreciate it. Thanks, John.